Hi YouTube, today I would like to talk about cause and effect. Cause and effect is the first item in the list of 5 life hacks I started talking about in my earlier video. These 5 life hacks are very important in teaching us how we can approach life. By practicing them and trying to input them into how we run our lives, we might see some changes and increase productivity in our performance. Cause and effect is part of the cognitive logical reasoning and problem-solving technique. It is so important that it's being taught at the elementary level. Cause and effect is supposed to show us how, when an event happens, how it is related to another event or another outcome. Knowing cause and effect is so important that it has been incorporated into the performance part of IQ test that assess the ability to take factual information and manipulate it correctly, to apply it to situations, to see causal effect correlations, and comprehend step-by-step process. This is very important because it will allow us to understand when an event happens, why it happens, and so on and so forth. Whenever we are able to show this capacity as people, we will be able to see how productive we can be. By having a comprehensive and sufficient knowledge of cause and effect, we will be able to understand so many complicated things in life, how they happen, and so on. Having a fair knowledge of cause and effect will allow us to develop the ability to handle and solve simple life challenges and make future plans easily, because all we do in life is to increase predictability. By knowing what causes what and what to do so that we'll get what, we'll be able to plan our lives and we'll be able to increase the chances of success. So what do we learn when we persist? That is, when we insist on saying that cause and effect is an important thing to understand, is that we are going to learn 2 things. First one is we'll know the relationship between 2 events. The second thing is to differentiate between fact and fiction. In terms of no relationship between 2 events, we will be able to defend ourselves when we are faced with a query, that is, when we are confronted or we are blamed for something that is not our fault. So we'll be able to address the issue and address it logically without any hassle. It will reduce our chances of getting angry because we'll be able to easily link why events happen. Sometimes we apportion blame on others for our own failure. We will be able to assess ourselves impartially. It will also give us the capacity to see beyond our own noses, if I may say so. It will also reduce uncertainty. If we want to win a competition, this is what we will do. If we want to have success, or if we want to meet the interview, we have to go early. This will help us to achieve a lot, and it will also prevent us from speculations and hearsay. It is differentiating between fact and fiction is essential in our lives. Recently, people get exposed to the internet and movies and so on. There is an infusion of a lot of information that is mixed with reality. People get exposed to a lot of fake news on the internet, and also a lot of information from pseudoscience, which is something that will look like science but it's not scientific. This tends to confuse people and put them in a stage where they will be having unrealistic expectations. This is not good because it is dangerous to the natural way we are supposed to think. Our minds are all infused with beliefs that are detrimental to our natural cognitive chance to see things and process them in the way that is expected of us, a rational way. So this will affect our ability to function well. It will affect our ability to vote and do so many things that can affect other people, because we cannot differentiate between fact and fiction. Knowledge of cause and effect will enhance your capacity to differentiate between what is true and what is not. You can see that the emphasis is that if you look at how things happen, they are mostly causal things. How our life goes it depends on what we do. If we want good education for our children, we have to make sure the schools are okay. If a community wants a good water system, they have to work for it, they have to apply all the standards, and they have to follow it to the logical conclusion. This is not much from the assessment based on cause and effect, but I bring it so that you'll be able to see the implication of what I'm trying to convey to you. So whatever you have to do, you have to be honest, and you have to accept the fact that some actions are the ones that causes other actions, whether it is us who are responsible for those actions or not. Thank you very much. In the description below, I've given links to other videos that talk about cause and effect. In the next video, I'm going to talk about who we are, which is also part of the 5 life hacks I started talking about in my earlier video or my first video.